A warm welcome to all of our dear friends. Though I must say, you're not the only guests in today's episode. But then again, after all these years together, can I even call you guests anymore? I think not. You've long become family.
Ferit aşağıdan çok tatlı yemeği gelir. Ve geçiyor aşağı göre ne pişirirler. O var, baka göre ne pişirirler aşağıda.
Gelin konağı olun.
Now, let's welcome our mutual visitors, those conquerors of heights and sky dwellers who might have caught the irresistible scent of something delicious in the air. Yes, my friends, our dishes reach even where eagles soar and parachutes drift. So let's get started and make sure they too are treated to a feast worth remembering. Since guests from the sky are a rare sight, we knew we had to prepare a feast truly worthy of their visit. Who knows how far they've traveled before spotting our little village? So let's make sure their bellies are full and ready for new distant journeys. For that reason, we've got here a whole lamb, ready to be baked in the oven. There's something truly magical about this process. Slow roasting lets every fiber of the meat soak in its own juices, turning it irresistibly tender. After meeting our guests, I couldn't help but wonder how, in ancient times, people welcomed strangers from distant lands. Today, with just a few taps on a screen, you can uncover a traveler's entire story in mere minutes. But back in medieval times, things were far different. Those who arrived unannounced were often met with suspicion, sometimes even hostility. A lone wanderer at the village gates could be seen as a lost soul in need or as a potential threat. Hospitality was sacred, but trust was earned, not given freely. Rather than turning away travelers, many medieval villages maintained guest houses or inns on the outskirts, offering a temporary refuge to those arriving from faraway lands. Monasteries too played a crucial role in sheltering wanderers, providing food and rest in exchange for prayers or labor. But even within these havens, trust was never taken lightly. Monks and innkeepers always kept a watchful eye, wary of who might be passing through. Our guests are truly lucky to have arrived in this era. Who knows, had we been in medieval times, they might have thought twice before stepping into our village. I've finished trimming the meat and now it's resting for a bit, while I get the oven preheated for that glorious lamb. But there's more. To celebrate this gathering, my wife will be baking traditional Azerbaijani lavash bread, adding a deep cultural touch to this meal. It's said that in ancient times, travelers would always take something from the lands they visited, a symbol of hospitality and good fortune. I think this practice was a beautiful way to share and spread cultural knowledge, not just with neighbors, but across continents. Today, with the ability to instantly learn what's happening on the other side of the world, we find ourselves less surprised and more accustomed to everything. This, in my opinion, is one of the side effects of globalization. But when you think about it, the benefits far outweigh it. You could be sitting in New Zealand or Morocco and still be right here with us, discovering Azerbaijani culture. You can dive into our recipes, our traditions, and our stories, all while being thousands of miles away. This channel serves a greater purpose than we often realize. It's about teaching the appreciation of our cultures through our own example. If you've enjoyed what we've shared so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like the video. This way, we stay connected and we can keep pursuing our goals together. Every ingredient, every sound, every little detail shapes the atmosphere. If you close your eyes and just listen, it creates a feeling of warmth and comfort, especially at mid-noon when time slows down just a bit, allowing you to truly savor the moment. A good marinade defines the entire flavor profile of the lamb, making it essential to choose ingredients that complement rather than overpower its rich taste. A well-crafted marinade should act as an enhancer, awakening the taste buds with a bold and harmonious blend of flavors. My wife is using the lemon juice, adding those sharp and invigorating notes. It will seep into the meat like a ray of sunshine, tenderizing it while adding a whisper of citrusy brightness. Combined with the spices and oil, it enhances the lamb's natural flavor, making each bite more tender and aromatic. Now that our lamb is wrapped in this rich marinade, it's time to give it a little armor, aluminum foil. Think of it like a knight preparing for battle, except this one is heading into the heat, not the battlefield. Back in the day, people would cover meat with clay or leaves to trap the moisture. Today, we have the magic of foil to lock in all those incredible flavors. Let's wrap it up nice and snug so every bite stays juicy and tender. The dough sits there, puffed up like a little cloud, soft and full of life. As she taps it gently, it wobbles ever so slightly, as if giggling under her touch. You can almost hear it sigh happily, releasing that warm, slightly tangy aroma of fresh yeast into the air. It's like a sleepy kitten stretching in the sun, pliable and dairy. Soon this little bundle of softness will transform into golden, crisp lavash, but for now, it's just enjoying the moment. My wife gently lays a cloth over the dough, warm and content. It settles in for its rest, ready to rise and gather strength for the journey ahead. Underneath the fabric, it will grow slightly, slowly preparing itself to become a crispy lavash. It's a quiet moment, a little pause in the rhythm of cooking where patience does all the work. Lavash is more than just bread in Azerbaijan. It's a cornerstone of our culinary culture. This thin, soft flatbread is so deeply woven into the fabric of everyday life that it's often seen at nearly every meal. It's used to wrap up juicy kebabs, scoop up stews, or even eaten on its own with a touch of yogurt or cheese. Its significance goes beyond its versatility in the kitchen. Traditionally baked in a tandoor, lavash has been passed down through generations, a timeless recipe that brings families together. To give our guests a true taste of our culture, lavash serves as the perfect gateway, offering them a glimpse into the very heart of our traditions. Now the dough goes into the oven, where it will bake for about 10 to 15 minutes at a high temperature, just long enough for the outside to turn a golden brown and crisp up, while the inside stays soft and airy. This way, you'll get that perfect balance of texture, a crispy crust and a pillowy, tender interior.
İşe kalksa şimdi bir şey. Abi bak ayağı.
The bread is ready, and just look at that golden crust. It promises a perfect contrast with the soft, airy dough inside. The moment you break into it, you can almost hear the satisfying crunch, followed by the light, fluffy texture that melts in your mouth. It's the perfect pairing for our feast. We've reached the key moment. It's time to send the lamb into the oven. This is the final step, and before we know it, we'll be sitting down to dinner very soon. The anticipation is almost as delicious as the meal itself.
Here's a small
Having just wrapped up nearly all the preparations, it seems only fitting to pause and savor the quiet before the storm of flavors. A cup of tea is like the calm before the feast, a moment to steep in tranquility as the aromas of our meal begin to fill the air. Let's fire up the samovar, the ancient vessel that has witnessed countless conversations and stories, and let its steam rise like a whisper of tradition. After all, no meal is truly complete without a sip of tea to tie it all together.
Santi. Wah wah makan kan wah. Santi. Santi para gina, akij di mini.
As the samovar hums, we'll add whole lemons, their zest bursting with promise like little suns that brighten our humble brew. The lemon with its tartness will bring balance to the warmth of the tea. Here they come. Our guests are almost here. Let's wave them in, guiding them with open arms so they know exactly where to land. The sky above, the ground below, and right here, we've prepared a feast that will make their journey worthwhile. A warm welcome, just like the heart of our traditions, waiting to embrace them as they descend. Let's make sure they know this is the spot. After all, even the highest skies can't compare to the warmth of a home-cooked meal. I think our lamb needs a side, something fresh and healthy to balance out all those savory flavors. A selection of roasted vegetables, tomatoes, bell peppers, zucchini, and eggplants sounds like the perfect match. Not only will they add a splash of color, but their sweetness will play beautifully against the lamb. And of course, a sprinkle of fresh herbs like rosemary or thyme can really elevate the dish. And make sure to follow us on Instagram for more behind-the-scenes moments, delicious recipes, and a glimpse into our culinary journey. See you there!
Ferit mağarazam kabul. Ferit kabul. Ferit aşağıdan çok tatlı yemeği gelir. Ve geçiyor aşağı göre ne pişirirler. O var, bağa göre ne pişirirler aşağıda. Aşağı inirim.
Thank God they've landed safely. After that journey across the skies, I'm relieved they found their landing spot without a hitch. You know, there's something magical about watching someone arrive, especially when they've traveled so far. It's like everything in the universe aligns for that brief moment, and you can almost hear the wind cheering them on as they touch down. The excitement in the air is palpable, like when you're waiting for something incredible to unfold.
Hey boy.
Hello, tebrikler.
Görev burada yemeğe ne var? Yemeğe yine gelmişik bura.
Allah. Koku vurdu size
Koku vurdu. Dehşet yemeği gelir burada. Geldi görev yine yiyebildiği burada.
Geçen pomidor kebabının iyi gelir.
Allah. Selamun aleyküm.
Selamlar. Narahat eləmədik sizi. Salam aleyküm.
Salam Aras, hoş gördün. Necəsiz?
Ruslan.
Yaxşı yemeği geldi. Burnumuza göydə. Dedi gələ göre burada biz yemek yiyebiliriz yoksa yok. Ona ola.
Hoş geldin.
Bize de pay olar mı?
Göyden geldiniz de.
Ha, göyden geldik.
Konaklara.
Yine bir şey olacak da değilsiz. Sağ ol olsun. Yani o koku bizi çok mest elədi. Yani biz menzilimiz uzakaydı ama gördük o yemeğin yine o gelmemek mümkün değildi.
Hoş geldiniz.
Hoş gördük. Hoş gördük.
Öyle de konaklar göyden düştü.
Ya göyden düşme konaklar.
Göyden düşme konaklar.
Göyden düşme konaklar.
Gelin buyurun.
Please follow me. Be my guests. The feast is waiting, and it's going to be a journey for your taste buds, just like the one you've been on today. Come on in. Don't be shy. There's enough for everyone. From the moment you step inside, the warmth and aromas welcome you as if the house itself has been waiting for this reunion. The table is set, and all that's left is for you to make yourselves at home. This is where the adventure truly begins.
Yok, çok sağ olun.
Maya geten de çok. Garip etmişti, atlasmıştı. Her gün bacanım.
Daha önce böyle konağımız olmuştu. Yukarıdan gelen.
Sağ olsun size.
If you've enjoyed watching, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and ring the bell so you stay updated on all the deliciousness we've got coming your way. We're just getting started. The lamb is golden and tender just the way we want it. Now, we only need the veggies to be ready, and we're all set to serve a meal that's been a labor of love. The aromas filling the air are irresistible, and it's that moment where you know everything is about to come together. Perfectly timed, perfectly cooked. Just a little more patience and we can dig in. I'm sure our guests will be absolutely thrilled when they see the stunning burst of colors on the plate with the perfectly roasted lamb at the center. The golden, crispy exterior of the lamb, paired with the fresh, vibrant veggies, will be a visual feast that'll make their mouths water before they even take the first bite.
Dağdan uçaraq gəldik və möhtəşəm məhsulu
Bu dəqiqə
dadmağa.
Nuş olsun.
Now, as everyone settles around the table, there's this perfect harmony. Everything looks so inviting. The vegetables shine with color, each bite bursting with freshness. Our guests are already making compliments, marveling at the vibrant array of dishes. The lamb, well, it's practically melting off the bone, a true testament to the time and care put into it. And let's not forget the lavash bread, freshly baked and still warm, calling for that first tear.
Tabii kardeş.
Anladım. Möhtəşəm dadı var.
Ben
Əlinizə
böyle
sağlık.
diyorum. Öz dilimizde ayardı. Ayar.
Ayar ya.
Sağ olsun, nuş olsun. Konaklarım geldi, Santiago'dan çıktı. Santiago'da diyoruz.
And yes, my doggy. Don't worry, he's been sitting here waiting for his share too. He's the real food critic around here. A huge thank you to all of you for being a part of today's feast. If you've enjoyed the journey with us, don't forget to hit subscribe, give us a like, and ring the bell so we can keep bringing you more deliciousness. Until next time, stay hungry for both food and life's little adventures.